All right, what is up, guys? Back today with a highly requested video. I'm going to be showing you how to make a super simple mass gainer at home. So the benefit of this is going to be a lot of calories, a lot of protein. It's going to help with your daily overall nutrient and calorie intake, and then also it's going to save you a lot of money. So there's a lot of mass gainers on the market that you get like 12 servings of this mass gainer, and it's about $70, and it's a total ripoff. They charge you too much for it, in my opinion, for something that you could make at home for super cheap. And then in addition, their mass gainers and commonly made ones by fitness companies, they have a really high tendency to put in simple carbohydrates, so it's listed as something else on the ingredients list, but basically it's just sugar. So today I'm going to show you how to make a mass gainer with good full ingredients, and hopefully you guys can try this at home. And a lot of these things are going to be, you can mix and match ingredients, and I'm just going to show you an easy one that I do. I usually do these once a day. They're about 1,500 calories, and I will walk you guys through that whole process now. All right, so first off, we're going to start with our ingredients, and we're going to start with carbs. You want carbs because basically they're a huge energy source. They're nice and complex, and they're going to allow for your body to properly synthesize protein and use those calories for muscle building instead of being put into your overall energy output. So I personally have really found that cereals work super well. So really bland, simple cereals. So right now we have Kix, the family size. There's a ton in here. They don't really taste like anything, but if you do 1 to 2 servings, it's going to be anywhere from 30 to 60 grams of carbs. So we'll do typically about a serving and a half, if not 2 servings, so either a cup or 2 cups. And then on top of that, for carbs, I like bananas because they have a good amount of potassium, and that's going to help with muscle soreness and recovery, as well as carbs. And then moving forward with protein, first off, we're going to start with the obvious one. This is going to taste best if you have a vanilla protein, but any protein powder works. Obviously, whey protein is really quickly absorbed, so this is going to be great for post-workout, but obviously you can take in protein at any time of the day, so it doesn't really matter when you drink this. It is really good for post-workout though, because this shake is going to have a ton of protein in it, and after your workout is when that muscle protein synthesis is the highest, and your body's going to be the most nutrient depleted, so whey is going to be absorbed super quickly. Then on top of that, we're going to use milk as our liquid base. You can use normal milk, it doesn't really matter what kind, 2% whole almond milk if you want, but if you want the most calories, then you're going to want to go with just a normal milk from cows. And then continuing on that, now we're also going to do eggs. So I use whole eggs straight out of the fridge, and if you put it in your shake, if you do it all in one go right after you have it, you'll be fine. Don't worry about salmonella or anything. I've never had any sort of issues with that, and I've been using this recipe for at least a year now in putting raw eggs in my shakes, so really don't worry about it. You don't have to do it, but that is going to help with getting fats and also really good protein just from food in there. And then next, we're going to do some plain Greek yogurt. This you're going to do just 1 serving. It's pretty heavy, and it's going to contribute a lot to like the liquid base and making sure that it's not a disgusting like runny smoothie. And this is also going to have a good amount of fats in it, healthy fats. So we're going to do that. And then finally, peanut butter. Peanut butter is awesome for calories. It's super dense, and it's relatively healthy for you. Typically go with the natural creamy peanut butter unless you like chunks in your smoothies. But yeah, if that is all of the ingredients, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to throw them in a blender and have it come out not disgusting. All right, so we're basically going to make this like a bowl of cereal to start out with. So you're going to take your cereal, whatever blend you can use, Cheerios or whatever. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is really good with this too, I found. And we're just going to pour in about 1.5 cups, close to 2 cups now. So that's about 1 full serving there. Then we're going to go ahead and we're just going to pour our milk on top of it. So you're literally making a bowl of cereal in the smoothie to start out with. And we're going to do, that's about 1 cup of milk right there. That's all that's left in the container, so that's what we're using. And then we can go ahead and we're just going to throw in the whole banana. It'll get blended up, so we're not too worried about that. We can take our 2 eggs and we're just going to crack those and drop them in there. So we have our first egg, just crack it, and it goes in the smoothie. Now we're going to do 1 scoop of protein powder. That's all you need. You don't need to waste all your protein on this because there's a lot in the smoothie already. So we're just going to dump that in there. Then we can go ahead and do our yogurt. So you're going to do 1 full serving of yogurt. Just find the serving size on here for these. For the plain Zoe yogurt, it's going to be 8 ounces, so 1 full cup basically. And we're just going to kind of eyeball it and get as close as we can. So it's going to be about 1/4 of the container. It's right there. It's probably good. All right, now we can do 2 servings of peanut butter. A serving of peanut butter is typically 2 tablespoons. So we're basically just going to grab a nice big spoonful, and that should be 2, if not more, servings. And that's going to really help thicken up the smoothie too. So it's a nice creamy texture. Lastly, we're going to throw in just a handful of ice cubes. I'm going to slap a lid on it. And here's a little pro tip here. If your smoothie or if your blender has a pre-made smoothie setting on it, what I would recommend you doing is running that for about 3/4 of its total time. Because a lot of the times what will happen, especially with how much liquid there is in here, it'll get really runny and gross by the end and it'll kind of heat up. So you can either run it for the majority of the smoothie time but not the full last high cycle, or you can do it, start it on low, kick it up to high for about 15-30 seconds, and then you should be okay. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn the smoothie on, or the blender on, and we're just gonna use that smoothie setting. And once that's done, you should have a pretty good amount of the smoothie. You can break it up into 2 servings and do this twice a day. You can drink it once a day. Whatever you guys want to do, but hopefully you like this video and you can save yourself some money and put on some good size and use this with your bulk or just getting big or whatever it is. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. It's good stuff.